Double Masters VIP packs are in big box stores. We're going to talk about that. Also, when is the time to buy Double Masters singles? We have all of that information coming up on this episode of Market the Gathering.
I walked into my Target a few days ago and saw VIP packs from Double Masters chilling on a shelf. Ridiculous. We got a lot to talk about. The video starts right now. Special thanks to our Patreon supporters who power our channel. Check out our Patreon for monthly giveaways, exclusive content, and even a starring role in our fan fight series. Link in the description below.
Hello and welcome to the day.
Thank you for spending your time with us.
I'm Jake.
I'm Joel. Welcome back to another episode of Jake and Joel Are Magic. We've got some 2XM singles talk. A couple of weeks ago, I told you we would be making this video, and here we are making the video. But before we get into it, if you wouldn't mind, go down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out.
It's the best way to support the channel with just the click of a button. Today you have Joel and I. Today we are both talking about MTG Finance on this episode of Market the Gathering. We have some stuff to talk about. Double Masters products are popping up in big box stores. We expected this, but we didn't expect VIP edition to be in big box stores like Target and Walmart. Also, we're going to be talking about Double Masters singles. A lot of these cards are starting to bottom out. Make sure you're subscribed if you like this info. I guess let's get into it.
Yep, let's take everybody down to Joel's Target. So what we have here was my view of that area, and everybody knows that area. That area's near the checkout at Target. Everybody swings in through there. Just take a look at what's available. It's always the same stuff, but sometimes it changes. Now, for the last couple of months, because of the world events happening, this area has been mostly barren for me. I think that, we still had Ikoria stuff. We still had some Theros stuff on the shelf, like that being the main thing, until a week ago when I went and I saw something very interesting, and that, Jake, is Double Masters VIP edition sitting right above and next to the My Little Pony and the Batman minifigs that you get, like Ritz Cracker Nutella minifigs over here in random loot boxes. We had our version of random loot boxes, and that is Double Masters VIP edition packs.
So let's kind of talk about this for a second, which is, this is kind of like the equivalent of Target leaving, just some video games out.
Right, I don't even, and see, they wouldn't even do that. They lock up
Mario Party,
right,
or just like whatever the newest game is. It's like not in any kind of box. It's just like,
so they're selling these for $125, and I'll show you a price later on that. A new Switch is like $200, $250. I think you can get a bundle for at Target, something like that, if I'm not mistaken too much on that price.
Sure.
You're leaving something chilling versus something that's only $75 more that you lock up in the back of the store, so that people have to literally walk from the back to the front and out the front doors if they want to try and steal it after they get inside the locked case.
Or they make you purchase it back there.
Exactly.
They make you purchase electronics.
You can't even walk up to the front. You're exactly right. These are just chilling in the front of the store next to the freaking door, and they're big enough, they're small enough to go in size a medium size purse or bag, and you're out the door, man. This is ridiculous to me. So let me show you these as well. This was just sitting on the shelf next to it, and it's not about the Double Masters product, but it speaks, I think, to what is the issue. These were just on the shelf, the collector's boosters from 2021 as well. This is a hanging product on one of the, metal poles, and the bottom of both of these had been torn out. And that, I think, is the issue. I picked these up just to show that they were still in cellophane. I'm assuming that's original cellophane. It is Target. I guess you could purchase these, re-cellophane, and return them to Target, which I know you have a note about.
Yeah, we do have a note about that. A lot of these stores are starting to say that they're not accepting returns on Magic the Gathering products, which does kind of bring us to like the whole point of this, which is MTG players are their own worst enemy. And I'm not saying there aren't Yu-Gi-Oh players and Pokemon players and other TCG players that are out there scamming Target and Walmart. I do get that this is a very expensive product. It's kind of egregious. It's extremely expensive. It's one of the most expensive booster packs that we've ever seen. It's
that's
the
why I
most
had
expensive.
this picture in here, $125. I walked it over to the price check just to make sure on what Target was charging for them, and that's $125. This is from Reddit. $125 is what it's scanned for. And it's in one of those protective cases that you see back in the electronics department, like when you're buying a GoPro or a smaller piece of tech or a video game or something.
Yeah, however, there's something much more troubling, which is there's no saran wrap on this.
Right.
So somebody went home, they watched Midwest's video, they watched our video, they watched somebody's video, they figured out how to open these, and then they came back to Target. They said, "Look, Target, this is sealed. This is sealed right here." And Target's like, "Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, you want to return it? Perfect. Yeah, $125 item. This should go into a box." Somebody's already searched this thing. So, huge issue. No Wizards logo on the cellophane of this product. I don't know how that got left out. I imagine it's just the fact that, they're trying to save money. But we want to hear from you. Put it in the comments. What do you think of these new big premium products showing up in big box stores?
Yeah.
Do you really think this is a good step in the right direction? I definitely don't. I know that Joel doesn't.
No. We've talked about this a lot. We just thought that this would be kind of a nice little button on the entire topic of the packaging and the selling of these products for us.
Well, yeah, and really quick, I don't mean to cut you off. I want to just say this really quick before we move on from this. Because the thing is like, I'm not going to be duped by this. Joel isn't going to be duped by this. You watching, you probably aren't going to be duped by it. But imagine like the parent who's got like a couple extra bucks to spend is in the store and goes, "You know what? I'm looking for a birthday present. I know my kid likes Magic the Gathering.
Little Jimmy was talking about
a regular pack.
VIP awesome set. It's
I'm going to get them this special thing."
Right.
And now you have somebody who's trying to do something special for someone that they love who just is... They're just ignorant to this.
It was the same issue that I had. They sold those starter sets on the shelf there in that section at Target where it was like two starter decks and some 20-sided die. And that was something that you could go to your LGS and ask for free, and they would just give it to you. And then Target started selling them as this $20 set. At $20, it's not a lot, but it could be to somebody, and especially if somebody's getting it as a gift for their kid that plays MTG, so it's a subject matter expert purchasing it for someone. And then you're opening
a 6-cost Angel as your jank rare.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It just seems like it seems predatory, and it sucks because this product could have been so dope. Even the openings. I mean, look, we've gotten comments on the videos. We understand. We are criticizing it and at the same time purchasing and opening a lot of it. And we get that dichotomy. We get that contradiction, but we want better decisions in the future made. And so shining a light on this stuff for us is hopefully a way of improving this product in the future. Jake, am I hitting that nail on the head?
Yeah, pretty much. And while we have this picture, just know that these are the UPCs.
Yeah, it's not all doom and gloom.
Yeah, so make sure you save these. And we're going to put a link to it, but you can actually send in your UPCs that you get off of your Double Masters packs. You can send these in, and they're going to send you a booster pack of Double Masters, regular Double Masters. They're not going to replace your VIP pack, but they are kind of mitigating the fact that this has been very, I guess, complicated and confusing, to say the least.
Yeah.
I don't like this. We don't need to talk about it much more. We do want to hear from you. Yeah. What do you think of the fact that these premium products these collector products are now hanging in big box stores? We have people that are scamming. Clearly, this is a scammer right here. This has been opened, this has been searched, and now it's being resold. And someone's going to buy it. Some idiot's going to buy it, and I hate that, and it sucks. Yeah. That's how I feel.
It definitely does. Let's move on from the packaging and get to the subject that we said a couple weeks ago we were going to talk about, and that is it the right time to purchase Double Masters singles? Jake, in a sentence, answer that question, and let's talk about what you're buying right now.
For me, it is. Yes.
I would agree.
Let's just start off by saying that the Urza lands, the Showcase Urza lands, they came out they were like high 20s, like $30, and now all of a sudden you can't find them for less than 40. You have people that are starting to put together the panorama. They're trying to, put that whole thing together, get the Karn, the whole set.
Yep.
That's just like one example, but I'm telling
you've got market foil right here. Just to reiterate what you're saying, market foil price is this column. Let's go down to Urza's power plant. We're looking at 38. Urza's Mine 36 and Urza's Tower 36.
And go ahead and click on Power Plant Showcase, for example, and you could just kind of see like it dipped a little bit, but then it started to go back up a little bit. So when it first came out, it's the highest it's going to be, but then it dipped and now it's already starting to go back up. So while there is a lot of
lowest
this product
point
that
was
is
last
delayed,
Thursday.
Yeah, and there is going to be more product opened. But for me, there are certain cards that I'm looking at and I'm just saying, you know what? I think I'm ready to buy in. Yeah. And we'll talk about some of those cards, but essentially, let's go to the eBay tab that we have really quick. And I just want to show you how to find these cards.
Yeah, so we're going to start it from new here. eBay.com.
Yeah, so you go to eBay. You go buy it now.
So we're on eBay. We're going to search MTG Foil Double Masters.
Yep.
That page is going to come up. You're going to click on Buy It Now. This is on desktop site, obviously not on mobile, but you're going to click on Buy It Now. You're going to go over here to where it says Best Match and click on that drop down and go to Time Newly Listed. You can also, and that's just to see what's in the chute right now. For instance, a card that Jake and I saw right when we were testing this to show you on video how you do it.
Oh, it already sold.
It's already sold because we went, oh, wow, that's a really good price for that card. And it has literally already sold. It was probably $10 under market price.
Showcase foil Chrome Mox for $60 is already gone.
Yeah, that's around a $70, $75 card. You can also go to lowest first if you want to, but it's going to give you a lot of
lowest first is just going to take you through a lot of chafe.
Uncommons, right.
Yeah, but you will find like random stuff in there. But if you are looking for prices in the moment, buy it now, newly listed, MTG Foil Double Masters. You might see some stuff that's just very low, very cheap.
Yeah.
People are listing this product like crazy right now.
And you can go
so
and
you have to figure out what price works
stocks.
for you. Yeah, like what price is the price that you're willing to buy into these cards? And then that's what you need to do is figure out, do you want to pull the trigger? Because there are some of these cards that are starting to go up. The foil Showcase Force of Will came out and you could get it for $400. And now it's like, I can't find one for less than $500. And so it's just, a lot of these cards are staples. They're really good EDH cards. So they're starting to rebound quickly. Like this is a Japanese foil doubling season. Foil doubling season before this product was announced, that was a very expensive card.
Right.
So we're starting to see a lot of adjustments on these cards. We're starting to see like big lows, super like lowest of the lows. And I'm going to talk about some of the cards that I'm buying right now. I guess, let's get into it. But if you're interested in that, we showed you how to do it.
Yep. Absolutely. What I would like to do is open up eBay, search that, buy it now, time newly listed. If you see one that you're interested in, take it over to MTG Stocks. This is, so if you go to the homepage on MTG Stocks, you go to Sets, and right now you go to Double Masters, and they have extras, and they have the regular. So this will be the non-borderless showcase cards, and these will be the borderless showcase cards. If you open that up, you can go and sort either by market foil, high to low, low to high, if you want to look for some of the smaller stuff. Like for instance, we see that Phyrexian Metamorph market is $13 on the foil. This one right here is $14 landed. That's a pretty good price. It's right there at its low currently. You're not going to be beating it, but you will get what looks like a seller who has listed a picture of their actual in-hand card, and they have 70 ratings with a decent review score. So that's a good tactic to use.
One thing I'll do is I'll go through and I'll just browse cards, and then I'll find something and I'll be like, wow, that's very low. Like we're talking about this Phyrexian Metamorph Joel was talking about. So then what I might do is I might type in Phyrexian Metamorph and then go Phyrexian Metamorph Showcase, buy it now, price plus shipping lowest first, and see if we can beat that $14 price. So it's like you kind of like go in, you have to decide, am I buying cards today? Am I not? Am I just going to shop? And then you might find some deals that are really good.
Jumping over to this listing for this Japanese Noble Hierarch foil, Jake, we had the question in our Discord the other day, how do you find what trustworthy buyers are on eBay, or how do you get out ahead of possibly being scammed if you see a card that you like and you're thinking about buying it off of eBay? How would you determine that?
It's very easy. 100% positive feedback.
Right there.
And then do they have transactions? They have 209 transactions total on this account. You can go ahead and click on their name. You can see what kind of feedback people have left for them.
18 positive in the last 12 months.
Yeah, no negative feedback. They have 5 other items for sale. Clearly, they sell Magic the Gathering cards. They've never had bad feedback. I would purchase from this person, no problem.
Perfect.
If somebody has feedback less than 100%, and it's a small account, like they've had like maybe 10 transactions or like total, I'll buy from them if there's like one bad feedback. But if you're a volume seller, if you're selling like 1,000+ items and you have feedback less than like 99%, I'm not going to buy from you ever. I'll never buy from you.
This seller has 86,000 transactions and they have 99.7%
I would
positive
buy from
feedback.
them 100%, no problem.
Because you are getting a certain amount of protection through eBay and through purchasing through PayPal.
And then also I know like Wasteland Gaming is like a reputable seller as well. But like, you just have to think, when you're a volume seller, there are going to be some people that are going to have a problem no matter what. But if you're doing 63,000 transactions, 67,000 transactions, and you have a 99.7 feedback, I know that, only 0.03% of people have any kind of problem with the and they might just be ornery. They woke up with like a stick in their ass and they're just like, today I'm angry. And it starts with my eBay profile before I get into the car. Like that kind of thing. But let's talk about some of the cards I'm buying. We showed you how to buy these cards if you're interested. I've started buying singles at like very low, and they're not really going to be showcase cards. One of them is. But yeah, let's talk about them. Joel has them here. I'm going to tell you the price I'm buying them at on my eBay here. I have it pulled up. So here's my purchase history, and like I bought Mishra's Bauble, 2 of them at $9.86. So that was one of the first things I bought. So I bought in here a little bit higher than what it is right now, but that's after shipping. Now another thing I found was an Urza's or a Mishra's Bauble and a foil Urza's Tower. Both of these foil for $6.57. This is one of those like sick deals that just kind of like pops up.
Yeah.
You just buy away. Another Mishra's Bauble I bought at $4.51.
You're talking
another
foils
one,
here, yeah?
These are all foils. Yeah. Everything I'm talking about are foils. All of these cards. Another one I bought 3 Mishra's Baubles foil at $13.11. So, Jake, why are you buying so many Mishra's Bauble foil? Well, Mishra's Bauble is one of those cards. It's legal in multiple formats, and the people that want it, they want 4 of them. And so if you're splurging to buy that foil, you're probably going to buy multiples of the foil. So the cards that I'm buying, the reason I'm buying these foils is because most likely Mishra's Bauble, it's a card that represents velocity, right? It's a card that helps you dig through your deck. So it's just a really, really popular card. Remember, before the reprint in Iconic Masters, Mishra's Bauble was like a $30 common non-foil.
Right.
So you have these foils now that are just like at the lowest price they've ever been. And once this set goes out of print, you're going to have all of these get soaked up.
So yeah, looking at the legality of Mishra's Bauble, just to confirm, Modern, Legacy, Vintage, Commander, legal, only ever printed at uncommon or higher, printed first in Cold Snap, and this was the only one for a long time until it got reprinted in Iconic Masters, like Jake said.
That's right. So it's one of those cards where if you're going to play it, you're going to want 4 of them. So I'm just buying these foils at their lowest. I know Modern has kind of fallen out of the limelight because we don't have a lot of people playing paper. So let's go ahead and talk about the Urza lands. Like Mishra's Bauble, this is one of those cards where if you get 1, you're going to want 4. So I'm acquiring these. These are very low. These foils are super low. You can see they spiked a little bit. Now they're like going down far, like the foil is like $4. So looking at my eBay purchase history here, I did get, let's see, Power Plant for like $3, Mine for $3, $4 for some of these, and again, Tron is one of those things where these are legal in Pauper now. These are now legal in Pauper. They have been played to great success in Modern and Tron decks, and they're at the lowest possible right now. They're also kind of attractive to EDH players as well, people that are interested in, having the Tron lands in their EDH deck.
Sure.
All right, so next card that I'm purchasing are the Basalt Monoliths. These are, $6.57. This is the first time we've ever seen Basalt Monolith have a foil.
Yep.
So these are all very low and very attractive in EDH. So unlike the Urza lands, unlike Mistress Bauble, the people that are going to want foil Basalt Monoliths, they're only going to want one of them. But this is one of those cards where it's cheap enough right now that people might be acquiring extra copies. But I'm trying to get them all for around $6. I'm not paying any more than $6 for them. So I'm doing like what we said earlier. eBay, buy it now. Newly listed, foil Basalt Monolith. Then you can go in, you can see what people are buying them at. Other than that, Path to Exiles, I'm finding for like $2 to $3 a piece. I'm not paying any more than that. Again, these are foil prices that we're talking about. But Path to Exile, it's one of those cards where it's a fantastic EDH card. We both know about this. I know that I'm talking a lot here, but Joel also, he plays a lot of these cards. It's just so cheap for Path. And then also in Modern, Path to Exile is one of those cards where if you want one, you want four. So the people that are going to want to foil out their decks, now is the time. Manamorphose, same thing. $3 and $4. If you can find it, if you can find that foil for $3 to $4, it's one of those cards that I think is going to have a big uptick in the future. Now, I'm not saying that people can't rebuy these cards, or I'm not saying that Wizards can't reprint these cards. That's 100% something that they can do. So the more they print, the more the price is going to go down. So if you do see if you are buying these cards and you do see an uptick or you see a spike, it's always best to secure your gains, get out, put the money toward, a future spec.
Yep. Look at these all-time lows. If you do use MTG Stocks as a resource like we do, that all-time low marker is good to look at and see, where you should be aiming to see if you can pick them out. Here's another one that we had talked about that we haven't touched on, foil expedition maps. You're going to want
buying these for again, $1 to $2
right,
max.
Exactly. And that's right. That range is right where the all-time low for the card falls as far as foil pricing. Now, those are all regular printing foils. We've also got some borderless ones that you're buying, like Goblin Guide.
Yeah, so Goblin Guide, excellent card. Again, Modern kind of fallen out of the limelight, but Goblin Guide is such an excellent card. It's such a good card. And I do have an affinity for goblins. I really do like my Modern Goblin deck. But I think that right now, this hovering around I've seen it, I bought one for $15.23. I've seen it get as low as $13 to $14. I can't see this foil showcase Goblin Guide going much lower than that. Remember, these foil showcase cards only appear in the Double Masters VIP packs. So once these Goblin Guides get soaked up, I would expect there to be a pretty decent adjustment on this card, which, this is the first time that we've seen this variant. This is a foil extended showcase variant. You can only get it out of a super premium product. Right now, the buy-in price for this is very low. And that is pretty much universal for Crop Rotation, Expedition Map, Goblin Guide. Academy Ruins has gotten very low as well. A lot of the lower end showcase rares are very, very cheap right now. That includes Toxic Deluge, some others. I'm buying Goblin Guide. I'm not really buying the other ones. I might pick up a couple others if they get very low, but just a little FYI, remember, these foil showcase rares only came out of Double Masters VIP. And then I have one more card to talk about that I did purchase as well, which is foil Force of Will Double Masters. I did pull one in the case opening if you want to go check out the subcase, but I bought this one because this is, and over at Taco Investments, they talk about this a little bit, but this is the Shadow Reserve list. Therese Nielsen will no longer be working with Magic the Gathering, so this is the last time that we're going to see this art, and I do think that this art is fantastic on this card, and we'll never see it again. So as far as We saw foil Force of Will from Eternal Masters get as high as like $500 before we saw that it was being reprinted in Double Masters. Now people went to like panic sell those, and there's been an adjustment on that price, but because this is the last time that you're going to see Force of Will in this art, I would expect there to be a big adjustment from this $200 price point on this card. The new Force of Will, the Showcase Force of Will, is fantastic, but that art can be reprinted. Is it likely to be reprinted because it's a showcase card? Likely not. However, this art is 100% guaranteed to never be reprinted again, and it's really cool art.
Yep, so it's not just the low end that you should be maybe aiming at right now, but the high end as well. Let's close the book on this and we'll button it all up. So, to sum up everything, now is the time that we would suggest looking at and purchasing singles from this set. I think that for the most part, prices are going to start correcting slowly over the next couple of weeks. I will give the advice that I've given everyone in our Discord who's asked us when this video is coming out or what's our opinion on any individual single that they may find on the internet. Know what price you are comfortable paying for any individual card. Choose that. Decide on that. Find your range. Jake described ranges that he's looking at these cards in all throughout this video. $1 to $5, you know,
all
90
we have
to
are
110.
opinions.
Right. That's it.
Yeah.
Look at your range. Find what range you're comfortable with paying. Find a card in that price range on eBay with our trick if you want to, or just search specifically, because we do recommend eBay for singles purchasing, even though it's not, you know, I think it's got a reputation as maybe not being the safest way, but we think there are safe ways to engage with it. And we also think that that's where you'll find the cheapest prices with people just looking to exit on certain cards just by undercutting everything else that's been posted. You'll be able to snap those up. Find the price that you're comfortable paying for the card and get it. This would be a good time. If the price goes any lower, I don't think that it's going to significantly throw off, you know, like, oh my God, it went 100% lower. I don't think that's going to happen across the board at this point. Maybe it goes a little lower. Maybe it starts going back up, but at a certain point, it should only be going up until it's fully corrected. And then that's the price that the card's going to be.
That's right. And remember, never, ever, ever buy into hype. You always sell into hype. If you have cards and a card gets hyped, if like, for example, like you're sitting on Terror of the Peaks and then all of a sudden Terror of the Peaks spikes, like get out, secure your gains on that card, take that money, put it toward a different card, put it towards something, you know, more eternal. These cards that are able to be reprinted into the ground, there's nothing like eternal about them. There's nothing sacred about them. So be willing to part with them. Be willing to sell them at a profit. If you make a profit on your cards, pat yourself on the back, say, hey, you did a great job. We made a little bit of money with our hobby. You know, a lot of people look down on the fact that, you know, people track this game with the finance side of it, but it's so expensive that it just seems like it seems silly not to. It seems silly not to make smart moves.
And look, we're also taking a very micro view of this right now because we're tracking week over week. In 2 years, you're not going to remember, oh, I could have gotten it for 17 instead of 19 that I paid for it, you know? Secure the cards you want. In general, compared to a macro view of this is when the cards are the lowest. I know a patron of ours was showing off Kalia and Atraxa foil showcase borderless arts of those in our Discord because they went ahead and secured the cards that they knew they were going to play with, that they knew they wanted, and generally right now is going to be the lowest time to get these, especially compared if you take a macro view of it and look into the future.
That's right. And always keep in the back of your mind EDH. EDH is the place. If the card is a staple in EDH, like that Force of Will, I know it's expensive to go out and spend $210, but I know that that is a CEDH staple. It's got like this like shadow reserve list thing about it. I know that in the future it's going to go up from that $200 price point. There's just no doubt in my mind that it will. It's just it's not gonna sit where it is. So these kind of things, you know, keep this in your mind, but also remember, you know, some people are like, hey, I listened to you about this and it was awful. You know, you guys are terrible. Well, just know, you know, this is a place where you go to find out what other people are doing. If you're watching this video, it's because you want to hear our opinion. So I hope it's something that you value.
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate you watching. Let us know down in the comments which singles from Double Masters you're targeting and what sweet deals and where you found them, because we would love to know about it. If you want to support us and join our Discord to chat about this on a daily basis, hourly basis almost, go and join our Patreon. The link is down in the description below. We've got two first edition stickers remain to give out to 2 lucky patrons joining at any level. You get our first edition sticker. We have 2 remaining, so make sure not to sleep on that if you are thinking about it. Right, like Jake said, we won't be printing those again, so make sure to get your hand on that. If you've been thinking about joining, the next 2 get stickers, and we are done after that. Jake, I'm tapped out. Happy purchasing of Double Master singles, everybody.
Yeah, good luck out there. Don't go over your budget. Don't think that you're going to pay off all of the bills with your MTG hobby, because very few are able to do it. Until next time, I'm tapped out.